Aka Najaam Lee, some people know me as that. And I was born with Sickle Cell Anemia, SS. I was diagnosed at about 16 months old. I was born in Toronto, Canada. And Canadians here? Yeah. And it's been a roller coaster ride. Let's see. In Canada back then, I won't say my age, but sickle cell was really, really new. And it was something where it was very puzzling, like a jigsaw puzzle. Not everybody was getting what it was. I was put through a whole lot of testing, a whole lot of strategies, remedies, all kinds of things to figure out what's this pain, what's this trigger that's happening. And so from the time I was 16 months old, I've been in and out of the hospital every single month, sometimes twice a month. And I went through various procedures. We tried blood transfusions, and my body rejected blood transfusions. I used to get transfused when I was from age 3 to 7, almost every week, and that was an overload for my body. And then they stopped that after they saw the rejection of that. I don't have a spleen. My spleen is totally invisible. And what else? So the treatments that were given was, yes, oxygen, IV fluids, pain medicine. Those were the things. One of the things they used back then was a medicine called Cetra, and that was the closest thing they had back then to dialysis, right? And that didn't help. So it was really curious because when I would come in with these violent attacks, sometimes these attacks would leave bruising on my body, black and blue. My target areas are my back, my legs, my chest. Those are my weak areas. And so a lot of times when I would come in, those black and blue marks would be in my back. And at first doctors thought, are you being abused? But no, it's actually the pain doing that to my body. And so something that they came up with that tried with my family is, what if you moved from Toronto and go and live in warmer climates, right? And we tried that. I lived a lot of places. I've traveled a lot in warmer countries, and it didn't stop the crises. So getting older, even living now, we all realize it doesn't matter if I'm in the cold weather or the hot weather, I'm still going to get a pain crisis. It's still going to be severe. It's still going to be violent. And so I went into a cycle of a roller coaster, and each person in each state, in each country, deal with sickle cell differently. Some countries never heard of it, and some states never heard of it, or don't know exactly what to do, because there's no system put in place for management or care. And so I had to learn on my own very quickly what's going to work best for me. So I did dive into Ayurveda. Ayurveda is basically an Indian holistic system, and I went to school for that. I have a degree as an Ayurvedic practitioner, and I used that to help my body. By learning, I had to learn what's my body type, what exactly works for me. And when you're growing up, you don't know because your parents are the ones doing everything for you, and they're actually doing what they think they can do because they themselves don't know much about the illness. They're just going on with the ride alongside with me. And so, as I said, it's been a roller coaster ride, but what I have learned is later on, with Ayurveda, with aromatherapy, is that my body needs to calm down whenever I'm into a crisis. I need to find a way to focus. I need to find a way to meditate. I need to find a way to really remove myself from the stress or whatever is going on in the environment. It could be the cold weather. It could be snowing like crazy outside. I know I need to layer up. It could be extremely hot outside, but I need to still in some way cover myself. And with that, and learning how to eat. Food is really medicine. I've learned for my body type, I need to eat more, in Ayurveda we'll say kapha foods. I'm very Pitta Vata, and Sickle Cell is really Pitta Vata in that way. It's a lot of fire, there's a lot of air going on. And when there's too much, you get inflammation, you get too much heat. And so that inflammation creates receptors to going towards lack of oxygen flow within the bloodstream, more sickling going on to create a crisis to happen. So in balancing my body, I know I need to bring in more earth foods such as colors in yellows and orange and red, beets, red for the blood, yellow like yams or cocoa or something, really earth food, potatoes, pumpkins, really grounding foods to help me balance the blood flow and balance my body.
So now, so it sounds like when you were a kid, you were getting admitted all the time, and now that you understand your triggers and preventing it, how often do you get into the hospital now?
Now, it's not every month. Probably maybe in 3 times a year, maybe. I try my very best to avoid coming in and see what I can do at home.